Uh, Good morning, folks. It's looks like it's 6 minutes after 6 a.m. on the seventh month, 24th day, 2025. You're looking at here is the infrared image of what a storm's just going to the outside of Sedona across the body, influencing Port Lincoln, and about to do a bit of a clobbering of Adelaide. So I thought maybe I would just do an unannounced quick live video. To let you guys know what's going on. Good, I verified that it's live. Good morning. And that the sound is working fantastic. So I can see comments now. So hopefully I'll be able to interact a little bit and more efficiently with you guys. So let me show you what, as predicted, is going to happen. Look at the flows here. Now this is important. On the low deck, you're going to notice, if I could speed this up, no, it won't let me. I can speed it up by manually moving it. The low deck is moving like this. If I zoom right in here, like right there, you see that lower haze? That's the low deck, okay? And it's rotating in a clockwise manner, indicative of low. But this coming across the top, like where you see that pulsation centered right here, tells me you got a ship out at sea influencing things, because that's a radar signature going through the clouds. It's influencing the condensates and even the infrared on the satellites picking that up. That's helping to force things along a path like that. And then it's hitting a beam line here, and it's forcing everything to come like this, right in. So you're in for quite a bit of a rough patch, I guess, as you go through your overnight hours tonight. So I'm gonna roll through pretty much just this area for a little bit, as you get a good in-depth look at what's about to occur. I'll turn some of the particle animations. It was just so I know what directions the winds were coming to meet this case, and they was coming out of those desert areas around Broken Hill and all that. So all that sand that was in the air that we seen whipped up and all that came from yesterday, and anything it pulled into the atmosphere got onto a layer and did the zoomies straight on down there to visit you guys. So let's just roll this now. Put it down here on the 24th, and this is whatever time it is a day now. That's what time it is. Right? It's Sedona getting rock and roll predictably, but that pulsation that I picked up on the infrared, it shows me why that there's a ship out there, and I'm sure I can pick up on that on sat view as well. And I think about the lightning show should be starting at about mid-afternoon tomorrow, Friday, for you guys over there near Port Lincoln in the Adelaide area. But there's a defined line right through here where that big pulse beam came out the other day, and that one eyebrow beam came down, and it's really sealed the fate of the flow, and it meant everything got pushed in this direction because there's no other flow. There's no flow. The flow here is shut off, right? But the flow through here has not. So they made sure that this island's EMF was open, and they used a big scalar square to do that. Tassie fired its devices. I couldn't quite tell if it was an X-rad or not, because in typical fashion, the radar that they do charters to show you the weather with, we're unavailable to look at, and that's about the time the trough kicks off. And it's going to be some big action coming across Queensland, which I'm now going back up because I've been expecting this. And Yeppoon might be spared a little bit, but not as much as they could have if the military area up here in outside Ogmore in Marlborough, not Maryborough, Marlborough, like the old pack of fags. Yeah, it was active. I seen pulses, and I seen some pulses coming from the spaceport area near Townsville. It really pinned this flow inland, between like that line between Muddabur and Brizzy, right there. And this is going to be a very dangerous line of storms. And so we'll have to watch where the plumes go and where they cut these storms into tundral. Are they going to hit a fan beam or a solid? Is it going to be like a wiper blade move, or are they going to just cut it into pieces, let it dissipate out, and just bucket it down on you? So you're going to have some big faults coming over this weekend up there. But I gave you guys plenty of time to open your pastures, get the foods out there for the animals and all that. So I'll show you that real quick here. Some of the totals expected, or just what I was saying, 7 centimeters in some pockets. That's too low. See these yellow pockets? I'm thinking 7 centimeters. So they're about half too low easily there. So I said, you got spared a bit because of the military area here, thank goodness. You get you down to about 2.5 centimeters, but that's still enough to flash flood when this comes through. So I wouldn't want to be down here on the rocks over at that corner and your poon hanging out because that some of this stuff coming down could loosen some rocks. So be very careful when you're on the roads for some of the stuff. That the lack of infrastructure paying while you're sending money to buy bombs overseas. They took care of yourselves. There's some of the totals coming through here of rain to be expected. Albury, and it's going to get cold and nipply, and a lot of water is going to be running towards this lake and Bonnie Doon and all that. So these totals are one thing, but the water coming your way is another. So these hills are going to be running. So be very vigilant on any of these low-lying areas here if you may happen to be camping down here, like let's say like down here by Jameson where these rivers meet. I wouldn't want to be down there, right? Because this water's got to go somewhere to get into that lake, and your town is right in the way. Yeah, so be very. Yeah, we're gonna see them in the news. And the outskirts of Melbourne, wet, cold. It's winter time in the bite. Yeah, it's to be expected this time of year. So it's actually doing a pattern and to be expected. But the way the pressure looks is about every 2.5 days, another batch comes in and affects you. So it's rain, stop, rain, stop, rain, stop, cold blast, cold blast. Yeah, it's not fun to be at. And some of the totals down here in the Fjordland areas are, again, compliments of the wankers. You get flooded in Wanaka. Now, Wanaka's a bit to the east of that. But this is time of totals you don't want to see. Right, but it's winter time. Is any of that snow? I have to ask myself. And I didn't ask that earlier. No. So you guys got floods coming over the next couple of days. Yeah, have you been prepared for it? Are you ready? Are you ready? Do all nothing? And you're so happy. Hey, let's see what data comes in. Should be right about here. That. Yeah, that's coming in on Monday afternoon. Yeah, with du hast. The weather stinks. Yeah, Kim bomb. Kim bombing. Kim bomb in the ass. That's gonna melt some glacier water, isn't it? Oh, look, the glacier's melted. Oh, thing slides down the hill. Cone Rock. Is this where people sit and smoke cones and look at the glacier? They have to go down here and chip off some ice for the bond. Well, that thing's way back here. All they gotta do is chip off a piece from here and people would freak out. Why? Because you like being scared, I think. So yeah, you got some action coming, New Zealand. So I'll actually gonna roll at a forecast station part, but this is like around the first of the month, end of this month, and you get the smackaroos again. So there's nothing to worry about today, is there? No, nothing to worry about that day either. It's just preparations to do. Like, is my lawn furniture in? How's my dog? How's my cat? How's the neighbor? Do they have the old lady down the street? Does she have everything they need? The old man down the street that's alone, they got everything they need. Can we invite them over so they don't have to sit in a storm, so they can keep us calm because they've been through more of them? Come on. Just like a good neighbor, light workers appear. Right? Are you a healer or not? You must ask yourself this question. Do you assist people through their grieving? Ask yourself this question. Because one day we're all coming home. You're having a lake in that wind you're going to get there going across the Bay of Plenty and the Whakatane region coming on the overnight hours of Wednesday. Those are always the worst because you're hearing bunches of stuff flying about and noises, and it makes you wonder what it is more. So the boogeyman in your head does the rest to worry you. And it pits that low, and another day after that, whammo. Yeah, this is a bad pattern as I looked across the entire Indian Ocean. And that high pressure lock eats into that a bit, and it's a big gap, so it allows a lot more cold air to come in and mix, and a lot more of this tropical air to feed down there. We all seen the radar moves they did over here. Did you see them? And it had an effect on the clouds. If I go back about 12 hours, I still got that weird beam on. I'll just let this run a second. Bzzzt, India fries, right? That one fries. What the effect that had was forced this moisture up and over. And we seen these was on all of them yesterday. So we know everything's been directed up over like this passes through Thailand, Cambodia, and that. Yeah, that was all over the sharp. This one at this airport here, right? Yeah, I've been watching beams a long time, and yesterday I saw a new one. You see, this one's doing a pulse and individual beamings. See this here? So this one will actually trap this one here a bit. I could show you with my hands what this is doing. And this is another one over in Bhopal, India, where they had the Union Carbide battery accident and killed all those people with them gases. You got a corporation killing a bunch of people because they made some money on batteries. Like, imagine lithium gases burning through. And that one over there is on in Pappy. So it's really sealed all the moisture that's coming over, that's coming our way. I mean, your way. Yeah, I'm not over there right now. Isn't that nice? No, it's not. Caldwell, Tully, and them get some big showers over the top of them now. But what got me was this beam over here on this island north of New Caledonia. Let's see if we can get it to come out. See that there? Like a big thumbprint? Now that's an oddity. So I'm going to have to squiggle this one and show you guys what happened. You ever hear of a scalar square? You make a scalar square field of energy. So only those report back. This is the report of two radar stations. One circles this direction, one circles that direction. It tells me they've got two devices on each island, and both of them were involved. So Squiggles is going to show you something. I'm trying to explain this. You're going to have to learn about Birkeland strands and Birkeland currents and our electrolink with the sun. And also make a connection that sometimes that everything ain't going flat along, like straight out or up like that. Some things are coming up and out, okay? In all directions, like circularly. And each one of those is up and out and back in a torus field, like that. Okay, so the square is doing that. Inside that square, it has drawn down an electrolink, and you see these curves like this? Based on modulation of the phased array cyclotron, you can cause this to curve that direction or that direction, right? But curve in this direction causes a rotation in that direction, right? So it sweeps around itself. So that goes up. So I'll go here again and zoom out so I can show you the effect this is going to have on the weather, in case you ever see one of these again. But you're going to have to understand Birkeland strands and Birkeland currents, and then work in is CERN, increasing or lessening the distance, right? So this is now going that direction. It's sweeping. And it has a very dramatic effect. You've got one, it's in Esperance that does this, called Swirly Girl, right? And this is now, and that's mushrooming out in all directions to square in here. So it's stirring and convecting right in there like a mixer. So you have to go over here and look. You say, what is it mixing? The sat view, you can see the after effects of the haze of squareness right here over the top of the island right here. You see this spot right here? This is why they try to take my computers out, because I'm taking you guys to school. See the square here in the plasma? Right? You zoom in a little closer. See it? See the curves? You can't tell me that that's not a geoengineering move, because I've seen it before. I've been watching it for years. So I started hiding the radar down here. But I can always see when Esperance is doing the same thing. And that's happening right now. Swirly Girl is dancing. Yep, she is. She's spinning the bike like a mixer. Ah, yeah, it's easy to do. Wow, somebody got clever, didn't they? They're actually drawing down an electrolink. So I did go look this morning. Yeah. Vistar's CERN dashboard. Let me type this in. It'll go faster. So I'll take you there. Because I had a look this morning. I said, hey, CERN's got to be operating. Because I've seen an incredible beam. And I'll take you back to your forecast. Because you guys might find this interesting. Web CERN's awake plasmas. And so you guys can keep an eye on CERN as well. And I often watch our magnetosphere drop very low to the towards the ground. And people go, oh, God, look, it's a CME. I'm like, no. The pulling down of our magnetosphere is following Switzerland. Yeah, even as it goes towards the dark side, away from sunlight. I watch this a lot, so you can see when that's happening. They had big beam dumps today. That was the latest one. It happened at about 30 seconds ago. Yeah, so we got another smash to look at. So we'll go over here to Atlas and have a peek and see what the last. Sometimes even while you're watching, look at that particle, made it all the way out of here. So this is the antimatter experiment they're doing. They're trying to collect some. See that plate cut it? It had to have been a ricochet to do that, or a super spin. Yep, this is what you watch for. What's colliding? How much energy went out? And let's see. What they're awake? How much plasma is awake? How much magnets are running over at this triple cyclotron here that makes the anti-proton packets? It is. She's wide open now. Every time this thing shuts down, it makes a pulse through our atmosphere and through our magnetosphere. Let's see what else we got going on here. See, the wake plasma, we just showed that one. And always look at your protons. See, you would see when they drop, you're going to cycle it back up again. That was that last action from that particular beam. I watch, and these things are pulsing magnets, okay? You tell me that CERN is operating, or you tell me they're on holiday. Well, while they're on holiday, I come and look, and very often somebody is using the holiday time to finally get to run their experiment while nobody's around. Yeah, this CERN's wide open today. So anything they blame on space weather could very well be exacerbated or influenced by CERN today. So stronger bats of fire. It sucks to see. Now you guys get the live loadings, because sometimes I don't know what I want to look at till I see. I'm watching my mother. This is a geoengineering update. You pretty much know what's coming, don't you, down there? Cold, wet, some snows in the mountains. Let's see if we can get some fires to show here. It's definitely a fire. It's not going to load very efficiently. I'll zoom on there a little later and find for you. Because this was me just looking at some of your chem. It was a Smashingtons for Adelaide. Look at this shit. How many directions of the wind out here in the Gulf of St. Vincent? Or do you always have crisscross over here? And those have the same spinning effect electrically. If I'll unify that with static charge, it causes a viscosity or a solidity of the molecules of that mass, and I could spin it like a mixer. Yep. Tell me you ain't got nothing going on out here. I think you got a ship or something very high up in the atmosphere that's not only just shock waving, it's perturbing as well with microwaves. Look at this square. Perturbing with microwaves. It's a very high altitude balloon, most likely. Proposed methods of deployment of stratospheric aerosols are as follows. Aircraft. Hoses suspended from towers. High altitude balloons and artillery. Wah wah, wah wah. And all you need then is some diabolical minds, and people say, hey, let's block the sun. Are you a diabolical mind? You go along with reflecting sunlight into space, which they somehow don't call blocking sunlight. I want to know the definition difference between the two. Yeah, because whenever we say they're trying to block the sun, they say no. We're reflecting it back into space. Well, that's fucking the same thing there, SpongeBob. Stop hitting, grabbing our hands and hitting us with it and then saying stop hitting yourself. Well, look at this in the center here. There's another chem-bound cruiser up there in the high altitude of our planet and a big scalar square around it. I say you got some Navy ships out here, here. We see your position, you know. It's easy to see. There's the steps. See the step move? Anybody's been watching a while? Where's your corridor of flow fuckery? It's right through here. And the door got shut right here. Right here. The military area over here has reacted. This came from this direction. Over here. Probably right about there is the device. I'd say exactly here. So either they parked the mobile radar or they got a device and it's caused that eyebrow beam, and there's your line of influence. So this is why the flow down there has stayed that direction. And every time the flow hits that nudges that along. It's like that was a stick. If this thing here was a stick, right? Big, that was stick, or one of those blocks you played with as a kid. It was thick, like a piece of wood, right? So you have one. This one I'm doing first is the lowest one in the atmosphere. This one here is here. This one here is here, and you overlapping squares to make these. Another one here, right? So as the flow comes down, it nudges each one of these, which nudges that. And this is a bunch of shit. And so this is nudging the fudge. And this move here is always easy to see. So I can move this along with beams with just flow hitting viscous lines of fluid. Yep, there's different thickness to it. And that nudges that along. And that's how they're folding this down, like this, straight over and down. Wind's down, coming down that direction. It will dang sure handle that. Hey, that's right, I'll change the colors on the fly, man. On the fly. Yeah, I know what that looked like briefly. It was not my intention. And this here is a big mess of common skyria. You nothing crazy say. A duress to my eyeballs when I see it. Taste the mixes and the sickness mix that you got. It falls out a lot. And so there's that in motion. Yep. Bzz, 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 the friaries, and the pencil beam here. Bzz, it was like a hippie show. Wow, man. You know, there's geoengineering ain't real, man. Oh, it curved that way. And then watch. It changed its modulation and curved the other way. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. By just changing its modulation, you could change its swirl. So it was that way, then that way. So that's a push and a shove. So you have to keep that in mind and what it's doing. So you know what the water is doing when you look at Mimic. Like this. Look at this over Europe. That's the space fence fire in a square, influenced by CERN, which is over right about exactly where I'm pointing here. The Lake Geneva shoreline. Yep. Yep. The beams on the water. Watch this. They absolutely closed the door through here. So all the flows that's up here is going to come down through Europe like this. And I'm very concerned that this stuff coming in here is about to flood out an area coming through Germany, France, Belgium. So I'm going to keep a good eye on this one for about 24 hours, and I'm going to tell them what I know is about to happen. See that? Space Finch is fired. The hole, they lit up. Using the influence of the electrojet being pulled closer to the Earth by CERN. It makes it easier to have effects that involve the Birkeland strands and currents that interact electrically with our 400, 500 miles out, 600 miles out of the planet. Yeah, the conversation between the sun and Earth, yeah, is electric. It's sound. It's a song. Now we've contaminated all them satellites up there. Just look at here, the overlapping squares. This is a big frying event. Yes, it will cause earthquakes, most likely Alaska, because of the reverberation up and over the North Pole. This could very well trigger volcanism big time. Actually, I'm going to say it will, right around here. Yeah, that town over there in Iceland's about to have volcano. Spewing free sulfur dioxide in the sky, as been noticed by a guy called Dara. I don't look like the face of a superhero here, like wearing a mask and a hair. Yeah, that's Portugal, that face. That's how I learned to map. Is just look at things in Imaginarium, and then, because politics could change what the country is or the name of a body of water anytime a politician feels the ego to do so. Right? And fucking him. The Gulf of Ignorance. Yes, it is vast. And is located between people's ears. So let's continue to run this part of it here. Just not happy to see that. And hello, birth area. You get a moment of my time. It looks like the beam has forced you north finally. Cause I was watching before I went to bed. I just didn't feel like doing another weather forecast. I was tired. When you're tired, I might say something wrong, like fuckity McFuckbuck or something. And my Tourette's is already full on today. So as always, my shows are not for kids' ears. They're here today. I want them to hear we're going to make a better world. And not that we're really fucking it up and we even see what the fuck up is. And we haven't stopped it yet. Yeah, I don't want them to hear it. No. But my kid can know. I have a wish for children to be children and have innocence, though. You see the swirl over Esperance? Yeah, she's on. She's dancing. Swirly girl is on. You just don't see it as well. And some of that data is well gone now. When I had to reboot this computer, all my maps disappeared too, by the way. So I have to re-put all of that. Yeah, hi, suddenly there's no storm there, Mr. No Data. What happened? New Star Trek episode, there's no data on this one? Come on. Yeah, that's where they say, fuck you, you don't deserve to see the truth. Make me have to go to satellite and have a look. Like there's no clouds over the top of these folks. How are we looking on the visible? Yeah, I'll zoom right in and tell you what it's doing. Because it's going to influence lights. Right here, it's beaming that direction. Well, I'll show you. You pick it up pretty easy. See if we can get just a little more passage of cloud here. Haze line right here. See this right here coming out to Straduna here from this direction here out. That direction down. There's his beam. I got you. I got you now. Yeah, I'll Vader that shit. Come on, Sedona, you're blowing a fucking... Okay, so I know they put a heated outflow line there, and there's its scalar square right here. So they aimed a little bit south and east. Look, right here. There's your scalar square. Here's your beam. Right there. See the haze differential? It's plasma. Plasma blowed out the condensates, annihilated them, and then the high level chem stuff like this goes photonic and plasmoids. If it was nighttime, you'd probably see it glowing, and it would say, well, it would have been more accurate to draw it like that. But that's definitely beaming. But its beam line is actually to accurately draw it. It's that direction there. Is there another device right here? Why is the storm coming through here? Because this is shut. It's coming across, and then it can come up. And that's in the back door here a bit there, okay? So let's have another look. Let's move a different part here and show you why this is open. Right, let's just show you how to read the clouds. Since they're going to hide the radar, let me show you how to read the book that's right in front of your eyes. It always had to be a first person to fucking suss the hieroglyphics. You see this here? Where's this? See that square? See how this square here? This is shut. This venturi is open, so all flow is coming there. This, we know, is shut. It comes in, drives some condensates, and fucks right on into that zone there. Okay? Just right into that. This is just chem that's going to feed what happens when this is finally free to go, because it's going to run into a mountain range, a natural barrier. Okay? So let's do this again. As it hits that natural barrier, somebody says, slow down, Robert. Rewind. It's also had the mountain height increased by EMF lines. See these EMF through here? In this field, this stuff here over in front of the main mountains in that valley? It's actually made an area of lift start to happen in front of the mountains, which slows the flow down a bit and tends to put a bunch more totals of rain, wind behind it. And you're going to get some snow right in about the gap here. You see this pulse here? That's not a pulse. It'd be a river down there. It's an ionic effect caused by flowing water. Yeah, I would say this one here is too. Come on, think natural first. The day you stop thinking natural, you won't understand how things that ain't natural are occurring. You got a ship right here, pulsing down. Why is this shut? Because you got beam. They swell into streams. They're killing the dreams and fueling their own dreams with your killed dreams. How does that sound? Do you like the fact that you said yes to the Paris Agreement when you had school strikes? There's another trapezoid again, so we can once again see the areas of flow. How is stuff been naturally made to happen? Yeah, that's right, man. You guys get fucked down there today. That ain't nice. That ain't nice. That ain't nice. That ain't nice. It might make your soggy rice, and your soggy rice not taste nice. So I went through what you're gonna get. So let's show you the totals. Let's show you the temps and stuff like that. Well, I feel like a broken record some days. Just keep saying over and over again. So you got about 24 hours to really get ready down there before the smackaroo is coming of the main batch of that crap. But all the EMF setup is in place. All that EMF like that, I'm surprised you ain't hit a 3.1 or something out there near Broken Hill. A little small one out in the desert. Uh-oh. Come on. Right about in here. I'd be very surprised because of the EMF I saw. But at least I'm not seeing no super duper flood for Tassie, and that's great. It's mostly going to be a wind event for you guys. Even on the 10s, the only one that's getting fucked is New Zealand. And New Zealand, you so damn red, it looked like you went on holiday and get some sunshine all at once. Yeah, I'm very, very concerned about the back half of this, whammos. So you guys got some big action coming. I don't want to worry or anything. I just want you to know these wets ain't going to end. They're going to add up. But that second event that's coming is going to dump about 15 centimeters on your area. Or my name ain't Robert Deutsch. Yeah, Fizzler. Did you put that in your calendar yet? Or you're going to just lie about geoengineering to sell copy, you fucking cunt. Yeah, I got Tourette's, fucking cunt. Yeah, you have to actually... not only understand it, but mollycoddle it. Oh, you mean wet Tambo? Loggery. I think they're going to be more along the road line myself. Oh, it is. It's a highway. Imagine that. Do they want a new highway? Which one is it? It's the A2. Getting the treatment in the Nive River is going to run wide. The wide Nive. It's going to run wide in the Nive, you knaves. Knaves. It seems a little bit low for this area here. It seems a little low. Which axis B and C? I'm looking for yours. It says fuck all. Go fuck yourself, Rob. You ain't gonna know shit. No data for you. So we're gonna really have to watch how much water goes to the other side of this mountain. It'll be very yeah, that sounds about right. Hey Warwick, you ready? Remember I said, come on, I said 7 before. Be honest, Chinchilla. Be honest. I said 7 the other day. Get honest. I'm still saying 7. Even the old weed headers over there, you ain't getting out unscathed. And this is too fucking low. Yeah, so make sure you got your beer. It's nice to see some gap where some people could go have some fun. A little sunshine would be nice, you know. Yeah, yeah. Come on, let's just start to. You guys got some rain coming, so I'm gonna zoom it back and let it just run for a minute. I'm kind of tired of the weather, tired of the chemtrails, tired of ignorance, tired of healers that are not being compassionate to other people that are grieving. I couldn't believe I was feeling a loss as much as I did over Ozzy's death because, I know about the industry and what goes on, but, I realize that music locks memories of friends and events. And, well, he was our speaker for us, saying fuck the system, saying war sucks as the generals gathered in their masses. And they gathered like witches at black magic. My God, and that was evil to tell you that? He didn't tell you to join him. He told you what was happening when Satan laughing spreads his wings as he takes them motherfuckers to hell. The ones that are supposedly being rounded up by the white hats. He told you that those people are going to get fought and lose, the evil ones. And that was bad. Well, you know what? Decide if you're a healer or not. And learn how to help people grieve through stuff. I was really, really upset with people commenting. Remember here when I have a geostorm and people get killed? 4,000 in some of them, 5, 10,000 in some of them. And I say to you guys, yes, I can show exactly how it happened. But can we give people a chance to grieve and bury their dead? You have 7 days to bury the dead. Besides, he's been sober for 24 hours. Isn't that a good thing? Now that's a joke you can tell. And Gen X will laugh. Yeah, this isn't a day to piss in our cornflakes. Because some of you people are going to lose parents and children from a vaccine. And I'm going to say, well, they fucking deserve it? No, I won't. I won't say, no, you're going to go to hell as a zombie because you took the juice and it had the name of a guy inside it. And you owned you. No, I'm going to be compassionate and say, yeah, that sucks. It's hard losing someone. It's hard feeling less inside. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I have said in the past. Sometimes you gotta set your virtue signal how fucking smart you are about something you can't fucking prove half the time, believe in a magazine. When you should just be showing you're a healer. Quit sucking the light out of the room, you light workers. And polarize better. That is all I'm going to say about that. I don't think I'm going to have a chemtrail tour. Just because I feel like it. Yeah, I'm very concerned about this storm that's going to hit New Zealand coming in on the 30th in the overnight hours. Yeah, very early in the AM hours of 30th. So, it'll be another sleepless night for me. Coldness is. Let's see what's about to happen. You guys about to get your fucking titties froze if or not. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Right on schedule. Right on schedule. It's going to be my Nipley out there between Inverell, Armdale, and that pocket by Tamworth. It's definitely going to be cold nights. So be nice and cozy. Sit on a blanket. Roast some marshmallows. Cook some popcorn. Chill out. Enjoy the fire in the cabins. Why? Because you ain't got much of a choice to either enjoy things or don't enjoy them. It's up to you to decide. I personally love walking in a winter wonderland. I love the sound of crunchy snow underneath my boots, or when it's really, really cold, it kicks up the dust of the powder in the air. They look like little shiny diamond crystals in the moonlight. I used to walk a lot in Michigan at night. Yeah, when I lived in Flint. Yeah, and the white guy didn't care. Yeah, if you're not afraid of dying because you know an existence is an existence, and really lets you live. So I ain't feared of none of these times. It did force those cold up right where the EMF said so. The pocket right through here. Whammoed it. Where? Yes. Cold nights coming, cold nights coming. Let's see what kind of gusts you're going to be expecting. Let's do the wind accumulation or the gusts. Gusts. Yeah, accumulated would be the added ups. That's second storm. Yeah, very much dust is going to be Cooper Pedy, and this is more of the area I'd be expecting quakeage. A little bit colder, a little bit windier. It contracts the ground a little bit, causes things to separate in other areas. That's why I said I'm expecting to see about a 3-pointer in that. And what? I read the beams. Yeah, this ain't good. Yeah, watch yourselves in the mountain passes. Yeah, this will get them more exacting. Yeah, don't be out there on the road sometimes. When you got gusts of wind that are capable of making your day kind of a thing. Well, I'll be compassionate about it rather than say, well, I did warn you, you fucking deserve it. Why? Because you trashed Ozzy, man. You picked the wrong day to do it. You pissed on Robert's cornflakes. You're going to let me grieve, or you're going to help me through the grieving process. There's only two ways it's going to go. Shocks me that I'm even having this. These are the pockets of gusts to be expected. Even out here is a very dangerous time as some of these winds are going to rush towards this storm that's down here. Yeah, it's all rushing to get down here. Thousands and thousands of miles away, a geostorm that's being sustained. It'll be way down here by then. That's the low. It's coming here and it's being directed down through this corridor right here. It's going to come right through here and dive south, right through here. And it'll be just turning and burning. And right now, the center for where it's to be going is being made. See the microwaves here in all these different directions? Yeah, boy, are they using what CERN is doing to their advantage. They'll say we've had CMEs, like eyes in this area is always facing the sun to have that effect every time it happens. Boy, do you guys love to eat bullshit into your minds. Yeah, you see these little wedgies? You got ships out here. Maybe they're having war games and they don't realize they're being used for weather modification. Right? That's what I like to think. It's almost like they have a big arrow, say, hey, do it something here. Right here. This is where we're going to park it, right here. So they could do something. Maybe they know to aim something in space. Maybe somebody's dumping a bucket of shit or standing there, leaning outside the fake station and taking a crap. Or one of Eli's floating machines out there doing a commercial. And he's taking a shit. All I know is, man, when I look at this planet, I'm sad. I'm sad to see the family picture this time. I really am. We didn't do very well. Hey, look, we've seen some fires finally. Shall we have a peek? I didn't know this was going to come up. Oh, nothing to see there, huh? Nothing's equal distance. Nothing's in a straight line. Is this a controlled burn? Do you have that planned? Because it looks like some of the controllers are burning. Come on, that angle of this trapezoid here is repeating itself. Come on. Engineer much? I didn't know this was going to come up. This was the 23rd of July. That distance seems to repeat itself a lot. Doesn't it? Hey, give me anything in there today, I'll have them. Whenever that comes up, it's going to show up in black. Well, let's have a peek while I'm here. See the difference between day and night fires. Yeah, it's quite a difference. Oh, you see the geometry a lot better sometimes when you do that. What did they do during the day? What did they do in the night? Did the fire start within the amount of time a car could drive there? Or was it almost simultaneous? So all that one happened during the day on the 23rd. It burned. Like if you do look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, you see it repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the weird lop angle of that triangle here, it has to be done by a laser. It has to be computer controlled or a drone with a geo-locating program in it. Some kind of fire stick on it. You ever seen the fire drones? Check this out. Drones with flamethrowers. Yeah, I'm like a little kid, man. I think stuff like that. I'll pull up videos and see what comes up. This one here is fun to look at. Oh, look at this. This was used to take, I don't know whose videos. Thank you, a flamethrower drawer, whoever's channel this was. Yeah, Carrie, thank you for sending me something funny. Oh, that was me sending something funny. Said it might, a kid. Oh, look at that, huh? It just goes through the woods. You could have a geolocator or it came in the right place. That's being used to get rid of a bee's nest. But, you know, come on. Come on. There's a little kid in me who said, man, I was born too early. God, I would be in jail if I. Generation X had this when we sang School's Out for the Summer or Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Teacher hit me with the roller. The school really would be burning down at the end. Because this, right? And we used to sing songs like that. Now look at you arrested. Look at the flamethrower drawn. Oh, God, I'd be smiling too, man. Could I have that job? Fuck you, vaccination station. Test this for COVID, motherfuckers. Let me give you a little touch up. I guess. Wow, look at that wave there. Somebody is thinking about surfing it. I'm thinking about watching it. Okay, well, that was interesting to see. I ain't gonna leave us hanging like that. Wow, Mother Nature. Fucking hell. Okay, back to the figurations of Australia. What did they do the day before? Was they burning that day too? Oh, yeah, these are not show up very nicely. Triangle, triangle, upside. You don't notice anything but patterns here? Come on. You ain't gotta be Rain Man to count these toothpicks, motherfuckers. Look at this shit. This is your country burning. This is you. Let's see if we get some town names out of this now. It's like in the middle of nowhere. That's Bowman Weemole. Fall Street Cloud. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my God. How does the animals in the center of each one of these I'm pointing out get out? Oh my God. You making a road here? Oh my. And this is out here in the Peninsula over here in front of Carpentaria. Oh my. You know, I gotta say it. I'm very sad. This is heartbreaking. I can't look at this. Get it away from my eyes.